I'm Philippe Freyssinet from BRGM, the French Geological Survey. I'm Director of Research. And with my colleague, José, and the EGS team, a couple of colleagues, we were in charge of setting the first draft of that strategic research agenda. So what do we mean by strategic research and innovation agenda? It's mostly what we aimed and what were the initial conditions to start that work. It was that we had to express a vision of our common activities in the upcoming years, in particular for GSEU and for its geological survey members. The way the SRIA has been designed, we followed a couple of goals. We wanted a document to be inclusive. We didn't want to have very sharp priorities. We wanted something, and a document that can be shared, that can be understood by a large public, even for non-specialists. We wanted that document covers a very wide scope of activities shared by almost all the geological surveys in Europe, to be something that is, and to become something, a document that should become a reference document. It should be a living document, of course. Strategic agendas have to be updated with time, and we have to take that into account. GSEU SRIA was also designed to fit with the EU policies and the upcoming ones. This is very important, so we didn't want only to have a dialogue within geological survey, but we had to take really account where are the political drivers in Europe for geological surveys, and this is a very strong component of the document. You will see that. And then finally, the draft version encompasses 7 scientific goals. You will see that later on, that will be described in detail all along the afternoon. But the way the document is designed and written, within each of these 7 goals, there are scientific priorities. A few ones. We wanted that document to be that you can keep in mind and have a clear picture of where are the key priorities. So there are only 3-4 scientific priorities per goal. Within each of these priorities, there are proposals for key actions. So that's very important also to highlight that those priorities are not vague objectives, but also can be transformed into concrete actions that could be picked up by the Commission in the upcoming work programs, or that could be joint actions between geological surveys. So as you see, it's a very multi-purpose document for various users. Of course, it should be, at the end, the backbone of the GSEU, but it's also, I guess, a reference document to all of us as National Geological Survey, as a reference document to align with our own strategies on a national level. That's what I wanted to say. Then I leave the floor to my colleague José, who will explain the way we address that work.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is José Fernandez, and I come from the Geological Survey of Spain in Madrid. And I want here to say some words about the production of the document. I think it's interesting to know how this document has been built.
Does it work?
It works? Yeah? Okay. Then you can imagine that the road to get us here today is not a straight line. It was complicated. And as you can imagine, putting in the same boat 36 countries and 49 organizations in the same boat, sailing in the same direction, it's a very difficult task. A collaborative human network with different experts to deliver a consistent, holistic, and scientific-based document is necessary. And the good point is that Eurogeo Surveys has this network. We have 10 expert groups, we have 2 task forces. We have also this flagship project, the GSCU project, that give us this network to work. The production was of this document, it's a work during 1 year. More than 30 people were engaged at the beginning. And we didn't begin from scratch. We had a first document that was produced in 2021. And after the analysis of these documents, we saw very quickly that some goals were missing or were hidden. Then I give you an example, groundwater, for instance, and another example is geohazards. They were inside this first document, but I think that it was important to put it in the first floor. After in March or less, we produced a first draft. Of course, this first draft was very heterogeneous, with a lot of mistakes or whatever we want. But it was interesting to see that in all the goals, there were common priorities that were identified. For instance, the basis of our work is the knowledge of the subsurface, and each goal talked about this knowledge. Then we decided to put in a transversal goal this basic knowledge of the subsurface, the geology. Okay? And this is necessary to do applied research with our 4 scientific goals defined after. At the same time, we saw that common priorities related to the assessment, to policies, or to take into account stakeholders and also society were identified in each goal. And you will see that in the SRIA, they appear at the end also as a transversal goal. Of course, this document is, I see in the slide iterative road, I think that it's an iterative process, the way to produce it. I have to say that for this second and third draft that was made during the summer and September, we have to emphasize here the amazing job that were done by the Secretariat of Eurogeo Surveys. And I think it must be highlighted here in this room. Now we are here in this event, the expert dialogues, and we need your feedback to improve this document. It's not a dead document, it's a living document that has to be improved if we want that has this impact in the European society. After this event, we will have another consultation, and we hope to finish this first version in the first quarter of 2025.